You may be asking yourself this very question right now. Is this really God's will? If it's really God's will, why have I suffered so much? If it's really God's will, why has things been so difficult? If it's really God's will, why am I facing so many oppositions? If it's really God's will, why am I going through so much warfare? Is this really God's will? You see, a lot of times, why we have all these questions and doubts in our heart, if something or someone or some situation is truly God's will for us, is based off of the expectations and the perception of what we thought God's will was going to look like. A lot of times we expect that God's will be a compensation package to just wipe away all the tears we've ever cried in our past. We thought God's will would be like a blank check that will pay us for all our previous sufferings, even the sufferings that we brought upon ourselves when we were in a time of rebellion, when we weren't walking with God. A lot of times we expect God's will to come with happiness and perfection, but we forget that God's will involves imperfect participants, you and I. A lot of times God shows us the end results, that expected end, the destination that we're going to get to. But never in the narrative did he let you know that before you become prime minister, you would see the pit and the palace. That you will have to fast 3 days and go before a king that has not summoned you, and you will go with the fear of losing your life. He didn't tell you that you will be in the den of lions. He never let you know that you will be in a burning furnace. A lot of times God's will did not explain to you that you would have to abandon your family to a place that he will show you prior to showing you. No one told you that God's will bring such opposition and hatred, or God's will would make you be thrown into prison and beaten and stripped naked. And if you are like Jesus, that God's will send you to the cross to die and pay for a crime that you did not commit. You see, God's will never promised us happiness and perfection. It never gave us a path to a trouble-free life. But what I can tell you, that in God's will, there's joy. Joy knowing that you are in the center of what God wants you to do and where God would have you to be. I can tell you that God's will comes with safety. What are the safest place can you be found than in the very place the Lord has asked you to be? I can tell you that God's will brings fulfillment. Maybe not the earthly definition of fulfillment like the world would define it, but that fulfillment in the core of you, knowing that you are on this earth doing exactly what you were made and created to be doing. So if you've been doubting if you are in God's will, let this be your confirmation that you are in God's will. Take heart. God's will may not feel perfect, but it's the perfect plan that the Master has for your life. God bless you.